Hello and welcome to this lecture series on LSAT India, and in this lesson we'll get to know LSAT India a little better. I am Gejo and I'm a creator of LSAT India 480 course, a course designed to help you ace LSAT India as a test. We will look at 5 things. Number 1, who conducts the test. Number 2, schools accepting the test. Number 3, important dates. Number 4, test pattern. And number 5, good score. Who conducts the test? The test is conducted by Law School Admission Council. And if you want to know the story of Law School Admission Council, here is a small glimpse. The timeline. The Law School Admission Council, LSAC, was founded in the US in the year 1947. Their job is to design a test for law school admissions. And in 1948 is when they administered the first LSAT test. And the test was designed to measure certain skills. Read and understand complex text with accuracy and insights. Organize and manage information and draw inferences from it. Reason critically. Analyze and evaluate the reasoning and argument of others. The first test in 1948, I believe, had about 10 sections. It went almost the entire day. It's around 1980s and 1990s when the current version of LSAT was launched. Now this test had 4 sections. 1. Analytical reasoning, a set-based questions with 4 passages, 5 to 7 questions each. 2 sections of logical reasoning which test your critical reasoning skills. And a section on reading comprehension which is a set-based with 4 passages, 5 to 8 questions each. In the year 2009, LSAT India was launched. Now here you must understand that in the US, the law program is something that people do after their graduation. So the people taking, or the students taking LSAT test in the US are someone who has completed the graduation. They are what, 22-year-old, 23-year-old. In India, the law programs are the ones that happens immediately after the 12th standard, the 5-year integrated law program. So the applicants of Indian admission test are school students, just completed their school, 17-year-old, 18-year-old. So they designed this test such a manner which is applicable to them. The level of difficulty of LSAT India is lower than the level of difficulty of LSAT US, though the areas tested are the same. We have almost 10,000 test applicants with almost 30 law schools accepting the score. And which are some of the schools that accept the test score? Here is a list of schools that accept the test score, the prominent ones. Jindal Global Law School, NMIMS, UPES, Bennett University, Jharkhand University, Hindustan, VIT, Manav Rachna, IFIM, MIT WPU, Alliance, BML Munjal University, Vijay Bhumi, Adams and Daksha. And depending upon your aspirations, you should apply to the schools that you want to join. Mind you, the application for LSAT India is different from the application of these schools. You have to apply separately for LSAT India. You should also apply separately to the schools that you want to join. Important dates. This year in 2021, we know the pandemic has disrupted a lot of our lives, and also the 12th board exam dates. Most of the examination is now little later than usual. What LSAC has done is to conduct the test twice, one in the month of March and one in the month of June. The date in the month of March is 25th of March. The June date is to be announced. The application deadline for the March exam is 14th of March. The application deadline for the June exam is the 4th of June. You can take both the tests. You can take one of the tests. It is up to you. My recommendation is to definitely take tests in the month of March. If for some reason you're not able to do well in that test, you have an option of taking the test in June as well. What is a test pattern? The test has got 4 sections: analytical reasoning, 2 sections of logical reasoning, and 1 section of reading comprehension. Each of these sections is timed. You get 35 minutes each to solve each of these sections. The number of questions in each of the sections would be about 22 to 24, totaling about 92 questions, and total 2 hours and 20 minutes. There is no negative marking in this test. You can visit discoverlaw.in, which is the official website for LSAT India, and download a free official LSAT India prep test, and you can get an understanding of exactly what the test is testing. Let's look at analytical reasoning. What you find in analytical reasoning question is a question that looks like this. You have a setup that is given which has some information and followed by questions. The question will ask you to do certain specific tasks. One kind of question would sound like this: which of the following could be a complete and accurate description of the order in which the films are shown at the festival? This is what I will call a list question. Based on the rules that is given in the setup, can you identify something that is consistent with those rules, a complete order? The second type of question: which of the following cannot be true? Based on the information that is given in the setup, can you make inferences and deduction? Number 3 is a type of question which will give you additional information. In this case, a certain extra information is given. If Lenga is shown exactly 3 times, Haseen is shown exactly twice, and Gambhir is shown exactly once, then which of the following could be a complete and accurate list of film that could be shown, first film shown on Thursday? So these are questions which I'm going to call local questions, where additional information is given. And you will find analytical listening questions like these. Questions which has got a setup and then a group of questions that follows that setup. And each of these questions are independent. It could be a list question, it could be a global question, it could be a local question. There'll be 4 analytical listening sets, 5 to 8 questions each. When you look at logical reasoning, there are 2 sections of logical reasoning. The types of question in both the sections are the same. The questions in logical reasoning are critical reasoning questions. You will get a stimulus, a short argument, followed by a specific question, and then answer choices. Now the specific questions could be questions like which of the following is the main conclusion of the argument. It could be which of the following is an assumption of the argument, which of the following weakens the argument, which of the following strengthens the argument, which of the following is a flaw in the argument. Everything has to do with critical reasoning. So in this section you will see 22 to 23 critical reasoning questions. And then you have reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is something I'm guessing you're used to. In LSAT-India you will find 4 passages with 4 to 8 questions each. In these 4 passages, you will get 3 passages which are single author and 1 passage which has got 2 authors, which means in that 1 passage there will be 2 sub passages, and you are asked questions based on those 2 things. For instance, which of the following is something that both the author will agree, or which of the following is the author will disagree, which of the following is discussed in passage number A but not in passage number B, questions like those. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the LSAT-India test. And the good news is there is no negative marking. Does LSAT-India test your knowledge? Absolutely not. It is an absolutely comprehension based test. There is no general awareness. There is no legal knowledge. There is no math. What this test tests you is critical reading skills, critical reasoning skills, and analytical thinking skills. Now let's talk about good score. Before we get into good score, let's understand what is a score that you'll get once you write the test. The first we talk about a raw score. Raw score is the number of questions that you got correct in those 92 questions. There is no negative marking. So let's say that you got 60 questions correct. Let's call it 60 as your raw score. If you get 70 questions correct, let's say 70 as your raw score. Unfortunately, you will not get to know what your raw score is. The scores reported by LSAT-India test are the scale scores and the percentile rank, and not the raw score. A percentile rank is your rank amongst the test taker. So if you are 90th percentile rank, which means that you are in the top 10% of the test taker. And a scale score is a score that comes out after a normalization process, and it's a band of 420 to 480. What you have is this. You'll get a percentile rank, which can be from 0 percentile to all the way going to 99.99 percentile. And a particular score, a scale score assigned at a particular percentile rank. For instance, at the 50th percentile rank, it could be a score of 450. About the 99 percentile, it could be a score of 470. This correlation between percentile rank and scale score is also something that the LSAT India has not revealed. Scale score is something that they started a couple of years ago. So what we'll do is, percentile rank is easy to interpret. Most of the schools do look at the percentile rank and interpret based on the percentile rank. Now, what is a raw score vis-a-vis the percentile rank? This is an estimate. To be absolutely sure of getting admission, you might want to look at higher percentile rank. Though most of the schools will provide you admission based on the 75th percentile rank, which is about 50 out of 92. 50 questions correct out of the 92 questions correct. But my recommendation or suggestion is to look at scores like 70 out of 92. Mind you, these are an estimate. The number of applicants is increasing year on year. People are preparing better and better for this test. So I will not be surprised if this year the scores will be slightly higher than what I see on the screen. And for those of you who are very serious about LSAT India, this is a course that I've created. It's called LSAT India 480 to get a 90 plus percentile in LSAT India. It has got 90 plus recorded video lesson, 20 hours of live sessions. If you want to know more, these are the coordinates and contacts. You can call this number or visit the website and get to know more. I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next lesson. Bye.